It's been 5 months in the making.
Let me ask you before we get to that.
Mike, let me make fun of you for a second.
But when people come up to you, and you're just not there for a photo op, but actually you spend some time with them. I know you spent a couple hours afterwards. What are the one or two things that people are telling you? What can you take away when you get back on the plane? What's the thing that resonates with you?
Herpes simplex 10.
Every one of them has a story of election fraud. It's like every one of them.
Gee, it's almost like the crowd around you is self-selecting out based on sanity. Yeah, there's a bit of a crackle. It's coming from the Rumble side. Hopefully that will fix. That's not necessarily on my end.
Hey, I have more evidence. This is what actually happened to me.
Yeah, and also they would like to read your tarot cards, and their vote was abducted and anally probed by aliens. So
it's all real. They have first-hand accounts. It seems to be across the board.
Yeah, it seems like the only people that ever talk to Mike Lindell are wannabe grifter psychopaths like him.
They're going and they're asking me about down tickets that were affected, and it's all about the 20
or weren't, as the case may be.
20 election, because now their concerns are we going to be able to right this ship, or is our country going to get destroyed? And they're all about the American dream.
Yeah, this is your two choices in life right now. Donald Trump reinstated extrajudicially based on anecdotal evidence from assholes that Mike Lindell meets on the road, or the destruction of America. I mean, these are, we might as well just flip a coin, right? Right, Mike?
I had so many entrepreneurs come up to me and say...
It's pronounced entrepreneurs, excuse me.
They're very concerned because things were going well for them. We go back to 2019, and everyone's got their own story, but they all intertwine. They all come together right now.
Yeah, kind of like people in a, what's the word? Cult.
Because of what's going on in our country, and
he's doubling up on his Jesus crosses. Everybody may have noticed in there. He normally just has, he was wearing this one, and he's been known to wear that one outside as a, I guess, a protestation of his Protestantism. And this was one of his sales points in his commercials, that he was actively wearing a cross. Not as a symbol of genuine faith necessarily, but sort of like gang colors. So if you're in the gang, to buy your pillows from your particular crip cul-de-sac. But now he's got a second one. He's got a lapel one on or whatever. I guess these are so he's got Jesus's and one of the thieves. The other guy's on his own.
With China attacking us through this election. And it's, and you guys, everyone realized too, I actually, I talk to Democrats and liberals too, and they see the bad things that are going on. And it's not, when I talk about Democrat, I'm not talking about the Democrat Party.
I'm talking about people who didn't vote Democrat, haven't voted Democrat, don't consider themselves to be a Democrat, and yet don't like Trump. That's they're Democratic coffee boys.
About Democrats that a lot of them felt there were even people at this in New Hampshire there that actually made a mistake, and they're going, if I'd have known this now what I know then, because they invited it, it was kind of pretty much open to public, and
pretty much
there's a lot of people there that had regrets, that they wish they would have known more before they voted.
Yeah, it's like, if I'd have only known about Hunter Biden's laptop, that would have made me change my mind.
There's a lot of them.
I would have voted for Trump because his sons are the moral guiding light, the lodestar, to borrow a Mike Pence phrase.
Hang on. You're telling me there people? Hang on. You're telling me people showed up there that voted for Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
There was 3 of them that actually voted. They feel terrible about it. They feel like they're part of this now, and they just don't so much regret. And I said, you know what? I said, you didn't know about this, but you thought you were voting for something. I said, you didn't get to vote. I said, you didn't get to vote.
Yeah, your vote didn't even count. I don't even know why you're even worried about it. You know what I mean? It's all fraud anyways.
China did our vote, and we're going to show that.
Yeah, look, you were absolved of guilt.
The symposium, and but I said, the hope there, Steve, the three of them I talked to, and this was outside the hotel.
Yeah, 3 people outside a hotel told me they were Biden voters. Never mind the fact that Brannon House found them so that they could be part of the filming.
That they actually didn't come into the actual event, but they were there to tell me.
Yeah, they didn't have tickets or anything.
How they felt horrible, that they almost feel responsible for what's happened to our country. And I said, no, this was an attack on our country. But it gives me hope that even your Democrats,
to carry on,
and which I already knew that from my own company, there's a lot of Democrats, a lot of liberals, and they're seeing now firsthand what government can do and how bad.
Yes, Grace, congratulations. China voted for you. And on your behalf. Look at that. Level 5 hype train. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, super chats are right in that little thing. If you're on YouTube, it's right below there or whatever. You can do stickers and donate to the show. Of course, any denomination of 666, we leave it up to you.
Socialism and communism can be.
Your typical Democrat group Captain Mandrake.
And this is so. I think it's a big eye opener, which is going to help everything when we get through this, and the Supreme Court pulls down this election, like I've been telling everybody. When they do this, it's going to be a great uniting, and that gives me hope right there. These are Democrats on the ground that voted for Biden, and they realize now the mistake that they feel responsible, but they're seeing in power. And once we show them that it was China, the CCP, that used the Democrat Party. And granted, there was, don't get me wrong, there was people involved in this, and we'll find out once.
Democratic Party, asshole. Like, I'll joke about it, but it's Democratic Party. If you're trying to pretend to be on my side, if you're trying to pretend to be like, this is affecting all of us, if you're doing that kind of bullshit, at least nut up and say Democratic Party. You can go back to calling us the Democrat Party later on, or calling us, and by the way, all this like kumbaya horse shit, he's been calling them demon-crats at his little get-togethers. It's Mike, sometimes I pity you and sometimes you're just a dick.
At the symposium, Steve, I told these people, I said, you know what? I said, well, how are the pathways of Donald Trump coming?
Money.
Back. And I said, well, the first one would be once we have the symposium by the night of the 12th or the morning of the 13th, if everyone has seen it, including the administration that's in there now that didn't win, maybe, Biden and Harris would say, hey, we're here to protect the country, and resign.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's the best plan so far. I don't know why you didn't float this one earlier. Yeah, maybe they'll spontaneously combust. How about this? What if they pull off their fake human skin masks, reveal themselves to be lizards, and puke up all the adrenochrome they've been stealing, and then we can reinsert it into the corpses of the children, and I think they're in Brazil, and reanimate them, and then they'll all run as Trump-friendly Republicans in their...
and I'm serious. If you have any moral character about you, we're all in this together. And this was an attack, and you're gonna.
We are all in this together, aren't we? All in this together. We are in this together, right?
That at the symposium, it's all gonna.
Yeah, the symposium, right, Robert?
Be everything will be revealed there, and
it all shall be revealed. It will be almost as if. There's, what's the word I'm looking for? Apocalypse. When things shall be revealed. It's almost as if he's a religious nutcase who believes that Revelations was written for him.
So it gives me great hope. Just those 3 Democrats I talked to outside that hotel that felt regret, felt some responsibility of the.
Yeah, they must. They were just eaten up by it. They weren't paid by Brandon House or any of your supporters to come over and like talk you up because you were scaring everybody with how much blow you were doing.
And feeling bad. And I've met many people like that. They're going, well, I wish I would have known about this. I wish I'd have known about Hunter's laptop. I'm going, you guys that wouldn't have
again, that did I call it? I called it. I mean, I always call it, but
mattered. This was all done through a cyber attack, and it wouldn't have mattered. So
the Hunter Biden laptop, that was all done via a cyber attack. That's true. It was all bullshit, and it was a fabricated hard drive that Rudy Giuliani brought back from Ukraine, made multiple copies of, mixtures of stuff that they got from hacking his phone and hacking Burisma, and then mix that in with fake BS. And even with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of files, Rudy Giuliani only has 4 documents from the hard drive that he can show that thinks carries his narrative, and they keep representing them as new every week. So yes, it was a cyber attack. Please continue.
don't have regret. Let's move forward and learn from this.
Yeah, look, let's all just call this a learning experience. We'll just say, that the election was complete, fraud, and we'll just drop it. You know what I mean? Biden and Harris will step down, and we'll all come in and hit it hard on Monday. You know what I mean? We'll take Sunday off.
And learn.
I want to have shawarma. Anybody ever?
I think it's great we're getting an example. I know it's horrific of what socialism and communism can do to a country.
Yeah.
And instead of just hearing about it, Steve, we're living it firsthand.
No, we're not living it firsthand. Nothing about this is socialism and communism. I don't even know where that comes from. An attack by a communist country on our elections is not us living through socialism. Us choosing to use our tax dollars to rescue our own economy, which maintains its existence after the rescue, and that has forgivable loans. The government doesn't seize ownership of it. And as a matter of fact, everything, all the Section 230 shit that they keep talking about is the biggest attempt at government control of media in history. They want to be able to force private companies to carry the messages of certain people they deem important.
Providential. Mike Lindell.
Okay, that's it. That's the little slice of that little slice of heaven.